Hi everyone, welcome. Hopefully this reading is just what you need. If it isn't, then maybe the next one will be. But it's good to have you with me. And without further ado, let's get into a reading where we find out what Spirit wants us to know. I'm going to do a medicine card reading today. And I use the Jamie Sam's medicine cards, which is spirit animals. And I'm also going to pair them up with the Sacred Path cards. They just kind of enlighten me a little bit as to the message that each of the animal spirits is giving to us. So let's get straight into it. And I will tell you through this reading the cycle that you are on. I will tell you the lesson. I will tell you the emotional lesson and gifts and the animal that's governing those, the spirit of that animal. I will tell you the mental processing that will best help you. And I will tell you the wisdom and strength that you will gain from this cycle that you're presently on. This cycle can be anything from, it can be a day, it can be a week, it can be 6 months. It's up to you. Everybody goes at their own speed. So there is also a center card, which is a core strength that you gain. But let's go on and I'll explain it as we go on. So first of all, I'm going to shuffle the pack and I'm going to pull the East card. The card in the East is the place of enlightenment, and it is the place of lessons that we're learning currently. So Spirit, what's the card? What's the spirit animal that's giving its special message for the East? And we have the dolphin. I don't know about you, but dolphins always fill me with joy just even thinking about them. They have their cheeky sides, I know, but dolphins have been renowned to have incredible intuition and empathy. So the dolphin represents play, and it represents breath. It represents taking in life fully. I'll say more about the dolphin in a minute. The South card. And we have Coyote. I'm going to pause just there before I go on and complete the circle, because I want to talk a little bit about Coyote. In Native American tradition, the coyote is actually the spirit animal for the South, which is where we've pulled it. That tells me that it is absolutely right where it should be, and we are right where we should be at this moment on this cycle, for those of you who this card reading resonates with, and it certainly does for me as well. So the South is the place of the inner child. The South is the place of emotions. The South is the place of experiencing things with a certain degree of innocence, naivety, innocence. And the coyote represents chaos. Now for the West. The West is the place of the introspection. It's the cave of the bear. It's the place we go to where we sit and think quietly to ourselves of what's going on, how we feel, what we want, our dreams. It is the place of the young adult, up to about the age of 50. What spirit animal have we got in the West? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. The most beautiful card in the pack. This is Hummingbird. Little Hummingbird. Hummingbird represents pure, unadulterated joy. It represents the most beautiful feelings of love, peace, almost otherworldly hummingbirds. They dart from flower to flower, drinking in the nectar of life. And hummingbirds' message to us in the East is about appreciation, and it is about love. In fact, it is said that hummingbirds conjure love like no other spirit animal. They are the epitome of love. And because it's in the West, I'm feeling like this is really about self-love. Let's see what the spirit animal of the North is. Spirit. What's the animal in the North? In the North, we have turkey. Turkey represents giving. It represents giving and receiving. Following on from the love, I'd say it's about giving and receiving from each other and from others. Let's pull our centre card and then we'll go further and we'll pull the Sacred Path cards and we'll see exactly what these animals are trying to tell us. What's the core strength of collective spirit at this time? We have a horse. Horse is compassion. Horse is the understanding that we all struggle, that we all have our pains, and not to judge another unless we've walked a mile in their shoes. The energy of this reading is about, to me, so far, before we go any further, the lesson is definitely about joy, relaxation, meditation, and taking time to center ourselves in what's important in life. Given the chaos in the South, the emotional chaos, the sheer level of energies that the experiential collective has going on at this time is massive. There is so much going on so many different levels. I'm not going to go into that right now. I'm just going to pull some more cards and develop this reading further. Let's pull some Sacred Paths. So, we understand that the dolphin is on this cycle to teach us about play, about fun, not taking things so seriously. That's Coyote's message as well. Coyote shows up when you're taking things way too seriously. Let's just see. A card with dolphin. We have the West Shield. Because this isn't in the West, it's actually in the East. This is the opposite direction on the wheel, the medicine wheel, which is what I base this cycle upon. So having introspection and goals with the dolphin tells me that we should be looking at it, bringing in more joy, more fun, more relaxation, more in the moment pleasure. That's interesting. I like it. What card goes with the coyote? Spirit, what is the message Coyote is specifically bringing us? Wow. Okay. We have the Great Mystery. This is universal source. This is signs. This is the mysteries of life, the things we can't explain, and the little signposts along the way that help us and guide us. Coyote is interesting. The medicine of coyote definitely comes when things get too serious. It kind of shakes it all up. It's things are going wrong, losing your phone, just when you need to make that important phone call. But sometimes the coyote leads us to something way more important. Because it's on an emotional level, and the level of the inner child, it tells me that there has to be some surrender and trust in this cycle that you're on, this life experience at this present time. And surrender not to the things that are going wrong, but to the fact that it's leading you somewhere really, really good. I'm going to go on and carry on and pull on the West. I'm getting a real feeling for this reading. I'm getting a feeling of have a look within and see where the good is instead of focusing on the bad. And trust, because it is all happening exactly as it is meant to. Even those horrendous things that seem to be pushing us to our limits, they are there for a very good reason, even if it's only to shake up things. Hummingbird. Wow. So where we had the West card in the East, now we have the East card in the West. Opposites. The East is illumination, clarity. So this was, the East is the place of the lessons that we're learning, the illumination. But this is in the West. How interesting. Spirit is definitely saying, do the opposite of what you're doing. See things the opposite of how you're seeing them. What you think is bad is actually moving you along in some way. And that there's joy on the other side of that. If you can just connect with the joy of the moment. So far, that's what I'm getting. Let's see what little turkey, or not so little turkey. Poor turkeys, they've had a hard time. I think that's part of the message, the giving of oneself to others. But you can't give from a half-empty cup or even an empty cup, can you? You can only give when you are truly full yourself and feeling full of joy. That's when the gifts that you give are given from a rich place. They're given from an abundance. They're not given from lack. Let's see what the cards say. Turkey. That felt very strong. And here we have Moon Lodge and Retreat. Turkey isn't about giving to others. Turkey is about giving to yourself. Wow. Retreating just a little bit from the world. Because what you're doing is actually the opposite of what is feeding your soul. And you need to connect with your inner joy. Let's see what goes with that horse card in the center, the horse medicine, which is definitely about having compassion and understanding for others. When it's in the center, it's a core strength. So this is something that you are doing. This is something that you've really got a handle on at the moment. I'm smiling because this card has turned up 3 times today in different readings. It will not stay in the pack. Powwow, sharing and quickening. So while we've got the retreat as a strength in the north of this cycle, Spirit is saying that we do need to share with other people. We do need to spend time with other people celebrating. So I'm going to pull got these cards. Oops, I turned my light off. That was clever, wasn't it? I'm going to pull, this is the Life Happens pack. And I just want to pull one more on the horse and the sharing and quickening. Spirit, this is a core strength, but it's straight underneath the retreat, which means giving to oneself. So I would like a little bit of amplification of what the message is for collective. Needy. Let me just double check that. Yep, that's needy. Now, I'm going to show you this card again because, let me put my glasses back on again. This woman's preparing food. She doesn't look haggard. She doesn't look unhappy. And we associate being needy with grasping. Like, give me, I need. There's none of that here in this depiction. She's calmly preparing food. In fact, she's calmly preparing onions. That looks like a tomato sauce. There's some garlic there. Not sure if that's relevant. And she seems to have something in her hair which almost looks like fruit. Figs, maybe. But the expression on her face doesn't look like an anxious needy. She looks serene. She looks almost content. I'm wondering if this card reading is really talking about giving to ourselves what we freely give to others. In fact, yes, that feels really right. That our needs are really important. They're vital. You cannot give of yourself if you don't keep yourself full and look after your own needs. Let's see. Let's see, Spirit. What's the turkey with the Moon Lodge? What is that about? Pulling back. That's what I'm getting. Pulling back. Not giving away until you're depleted. It's in the north. It's in a position of strength. So it's a wisdom pulling back. It's knowing how to set those limits to what you're giving. It's about looking after the needs that you feel you need from others, giving them to yourself. How beautiful. I really feel that as well. Let's have a look. Spiritual bath, yes. That's the message. Spiritual bath. Retreat. Pull back. It's a strength. It's wisdom. And in this cycle, it's really needed. That taking time out for yourself, monks have been doing it for thousands of years. Spiritual masters all understood the retreat. It is never, ever wrong to take time for yourself. It is essential. You're getting glare from my glasses. Sorry, guys. I'm new to this video recording. I've been doing the cards a long time, but I haven't been doing all of this stuff. Spirit's helping me hugely. And I'm quite enjoying myself. Okay, I'm just going to speak a moment because the card on the bottom of the pack In fact, I'm going to take the next two cards. I'm going to show you. Responsibility and heartbroken. I think, collective, you're absolutely shattered. I think the demands of everyday life and quite possibly heartbreak has taken its toll. I'm just going to place these two cards beside Archangel Michael. I've got my Archangel Michael deck. I will actually pull an Archangel Michael card for a message from Archangel Michael. I have to say, this Door in Virtue Archangel Michael deck, he speaks to me. I've had miracles, literally miracles, come from messages. Like, I'll pull a card the night before and the next day, there it is. Yeah. So, as this is working so well, I'm going to continue and pull another one. Let's go with that coyote. Nope, nope, nope. Spirit saying go with the hummingbird and the East Shield. Illumination, clarity, joy. Okay. That was clear cut. Drama Queen. I'm going to pause. I'm not going straight to that card yet. I'm going to pull the last one. No, second to last one. I'm going to pull one on the coyote now. You are not a drama queen. Did you see that orb? Hello. You are not a drama queen. This is a specific message for someone who is given and given and given and given, and probably been called a drama queen, and has probably taken that on board and kept giving and trying to please, trying to be better, trying to be more. And little hummingbird in the west with the East Shield is saying, no, that's not the way. You do know how important you are, don't you? You do know how words, find the words. Spirit, what words? Breathtakingly beautiful you are. Like a hummingbird. Spirit, what's the coyote with the great mystery? I think I know, but I like to always double check. Move on. And the anxiety of moving on. This is on the emotional level, remember? Wow. This reading's become deeper than I thought it was going to be at first. But I'm feeling it. Are you feeling it? I'm feeling it. I'm feeling that compassion. And of course, we are doing the powwow right now. We are sharing the quickening, the needs being met. You're doing that. Sorry, there's the glare again. You're doing that. You found this channel. You went online. And Spirit came through to give you some answers. And amongst all of the chaos. And this chaos is about acute anxiety. And a Spirit is urging us, and I include myself in that, because we're all going through it. To move on. Let's move past it. Remember the two opposites? Doing exactly the opposite what we're meant to be doing. It isn't meant to be this hard. It isn't this hard. It just feels like it is. Last one. I really do like these Life Happens Oracle cards. This is for the dolphin with the introspection goals, which is actually your big lesson is to start really looking at where you are, at your quality of life, at the balance for relaxation and joy in your life. Could be wrong. Let's see what Spirit says. I'm not wrong. Nurturing. Nurturing yourself. Taking time out to play, to breathe the air, for relaxation, to feed your soul, even just going online, finding a YouTube video like you've done right now. If you're watching this, you've found this one. But there are so many more, and they are amazing. I get so much from them. So let's pull. I'm not getting anything else at this moment. A little bit concerned about the drama queen. I said I'd come back to that, didn't I? I want to pull one more on that. Spirit, what's this about with the drama queen? Is it projections from others? Or is it getting caught up in the drama mentally? Because it's in the mental direction. Balance. The more serious you take the game. Sorry, there we are with the glasses again. The more serious you take the game, the less chance you have of winning. Why is that coming to my mind at this moment? Spirit says it's about energy depletion. I'm going to go with what Spirit's saying. Before I do, I'm just going to ask Archangel Michael for a message. Just before I say what I was going to say, just to make sure, absolutely sure, that that is the right message. You know what I was going to say, Archangel Michael. Also Archangel Gabriel, who is an excellent Archangel. Whoa, no. They want to say so much. No, one card, please. Easy. One card. Can't go too fast. For collective, they're trying to keep up with the medicine cards. What do you want to say, Archangel Michael? Have you heard the other tarot readers going, I can't write this? Well, that saying comes because honestly, it is, for those of us who've been doing readings for years and years, decades, we're still blown away when Spirit comes through with truth, and it really it's a labor of love. It really is. And that is the message of the hummingbird. That is really good. That is the illumination and clarity of the hummingbird. When you balance your work with what you love, it isn't hardship. It's fulfilling and it's joyful and it's soul satisfying. Archangel Michael says, I'm going to read these to you, but I'm going to show you them first. So the first one was his advice, quite strong advice: go forward fearlessly. And then behind, as if to say, you don't have to do this in a hard way. Be gentle with yourself. And I really feel as if that's what little hummingbird is. Hummingbirds are so gentle, are so fragile. And I really feel as if this negative drama queen energy of pushing, and especially with the heartbroken and the responsibility, I just feel like the overload mentally has been absolutely huge for you, collective. I really do. It makes me choke up a little bit, actually, because I've walked in those shoes. That out of balance feeling, it's just awful. So I'm going to read the Go Forward Fearlessly. It's said in the form of a prayer to thank Archangel Michael, which I think is quite nice. So I'm going to read it as it is. My prayer. Thank you for walking with me every step of the way, for holding my hand, giving me confidence and courage, and guiding my thoughts and actions in the direction of love and my true life's purpose. It's not charging ahead. It's walking hand in hand with Spirit. Because Spirit's got you. They've got your back. I've got your back. I love you. You do know how worthy you are of a wonderful life, don't you? You've got glare again. Lord above. Now I need my glasses on to see this card. That's the coyote. There's the chaos. A little bit of levity against the seriousness always works. My prayer. Archangel Michael, please guide me in treating myself with gentle, nurturing love in everything I think, speak, and do. Help me to know that I deserve this compassion. I release any feelings of guilt to you so that I may experience lasting inner peace. I think that is the overall message that Archangel Michael is saying. Is forward movement, because here there is movement. In amongst all of this chaos, coming out of nowhere is actually causing us, causing you, causing us. We are a reflection of each other. Take the glasses off, B. About moving away from it and moving on. Letting go of all that drama. It is in complete contrast to the Moon Lodge card of retreat and the spiritual bath. I find that an interesting name for it, a spiritual bath, given that just on the other side is the dolphin that swims in the water. And that dolphin is paired with the nurturing and with goals. Just to summarise this reading, you're doing the right thing. You've had a lot on your shoulders, a lot of drama, and you've got caught up in it. You've got caught up in the chaos emotionally, and you've let it affect your inner balance, your mental balance. And the heartbroken card tells me that you really need some nurturing, and that starts with yourself. That's why you've got it with responsibility. You need to nurture yourself. Something happens when you start to nurture yourself. Other people start to nurture you. It's an energy. When you start to self-love and nurture yourself, the universe starts saying, oh, that's what she's on now. That's her frequency, or his frequency. This is for both genders. Spirit doesn't see gender. Spirit sees a soul working its way through life. I'm going to pull a tarot card, just because tarot is epic. I'm going to put the glasses on. Excuse me. I can't see without. And then I'm going to pull one of my favourite cards. Well, they're all my favourite actually, but my current favourite. Spirit, have you anything else that you would like to add on this reading that I've given to Collective? What would you like to say to Collective, Spirit? Love is the bridge between you and everything. A romantic offer is coming your way. You've got the Knight of Cups, Collective, which is romance, charm, creativity and emotional sensitivity. How strange. We can't leave it at that. We have to pull another one. What's this about? It's about attracting love. It's about a messenger coming in. It's a water card, yes. Yes, it is. A little bit more on this Knight of Cups, please, Spirit. Ooh, the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Codependency, neglect, greed, possessiveness and materialism. Oh, wow, that's complete. So here we are. Yeah, Queen of Pentacles in reverse. So here we are. Balance. There's one energy. Now, I don't know what your personal circumstances are. A lot of us are going through major life reviews in our relationships. But this is a very negative state to be in a relationship. Codependency, neglect, greed, possessiveness, materialism. It's so far removed from Hummingbird. I just can't tell you. It's completely the opposite. Whereas this is what you deserve. Romance, charm, emotional sensitivity, and creativity. I think that Spirit is trying to draw the two polar opposites, just as it did right at the beginning, with the West card in the East and the East card in the West. Spirit's telling us that what we focus our attention on is actually going to attract more of the same. You cannot solve problems by sticking in the middle of it and battling away. We're going to burn out. You have to retreat. You have to self-care. You have to give to yourself, and you have to nurture your soul. Only when you get that balance and when you find your joy can you start to bring into your life the things that you need. Okay. I said I was going to pull one of my favourite packs as a final word. I feel like that is the message. I hope that that has helped. Even if it's only helped one person, I'm happy. Yes, so let you know which one this is. So this is Energy Oracle cards. Oh, and they really are super, super responsive. Just beautiful. They're like, there's like a willing, childlike energy to them. What would you like to tell us? Spirit of the Energy Oracle. There's a spirit for every card pack. Okay. I think I'm going to have to do another reading after this. Only because of the card that's on the bottom of the pack, which is Heartbroken. And that's twice that that's come out. So I feel as if I need to do a specific reading on that. So I'm going to. The next reading is going to be about that. For now, we have been given the Magician in the Mirror. The Magician in the Mirror, let's see, 53. Knowing and using your true power. This card represents the culmination of your personal and spiritual power at this time. In the Magician's left hand is the flame of passion and action. In his right hand is a vortex of water. There's the water again. There's something about the water, the flow, the release. In his right hand he has a vortex of water and the light of reflection. This highly beneficial card is telling you that you are the magician, and within your grasp are the amazing forces of earth and spirit. The water is the energy of yin, the power of spirit and clarity of thought. The flame is the energy of yang, bringing direction and creativity. It's like the masculine and feminine as well there. The mirror stands beside the magician, reflecting the outer world's response to your choice to use or dismiss the true power that you have. Its silver reflection reveals the future in a mist on the horizon, ready to be magically formed. When you receive the magician, you are put on notice that an important and powerful time is at hand. You are the alchemist of your life. And just as an alchemist turns base metals into gold, you are now able to transform your difficulties into great blessings. Claim your power and embrace your intentions in your heart and in your daily life. Direct your destiny, and the mists of the future will clear into brilliant reality. You do have the power to transform things for yourself, to create something new, whether a home, business, family, or life direction. I think that's the message of this reading, especially with the moving on, that all the chaos, take the glasses off, must remember that all the chaos, and clearly there's heartbreak and struggle and high drama, but there's a real sense of needing to come to this. There's nothing wrong with needing peace and love, acceptance from others. There's nothing wrong with wanting those things. There's nothing wrong with it, but it starts with the self. It starts with a decision. It starts with a decision to look at the balance and to see where the nurturing, relaxation, and giving to ourselves is on the scales with what else is going on. I hope that helped in some way. I hope you got something from it, even if it was just a little thing. Excuse me on and off with the glasses. What do people do when they can't see the cards? I don't know. Just have to do it. It's just going to be my little idiosyncrasy. I will definitely come back and do another reading on the broken heart. And hopefully I'll see you then. Look after yourselves.